There are over 1 billion iPhones out there and over 60 million guitar players worldwide. That means a lot of you out there are carrying around an incredibly powerful guitar rig in your pocket without even knowing it. Now, with the right setup, your iPhone can be both a looper and amp simulator for under £80. Now that's cheaper than one single stomp box and way less expensive than a Kemper, Quad Cortex or Loop Station. Now obviously if you have to go and buy an iPhone to make this work, it's not going to be cheaper. But if you're watching this, I'm assuming you already have one, and that's what makes this such a great idea. So let me show you the £80 rig I built to unlock this potential in my iPhone and show you 3 really cool ways that you can use amp sims and looping on your iPhone. So the kit necessary to make this all work: number 1, you need an iPhone. In my case, this is the iPhone Pro 13 model that I already owned. You're also going to need this USB 3 adapter for iOS. This plugs into your iPhone and then allows you to connect your audio interface or USB hub via this first port here, and also still supply power to your phone through this port here. Now you can use a whole host of audio interfaces, but I've gone for one of the cheapest models I could find without it being too crappy. This is the Behringer UMC22 and it cost me £31 from Anderton's. And then one extra bit of kit I've gone and bought is this simple foot switcher, which I found on AliExpress for £20. I'll put links in the description to everything I'm using in this video. So all in, this actually came to £69 for me because I managed to get the camera kit adapter on CEX secondhand for just £15, but the actual official Apple one is a little bit more expensive, so bear that in mind. So just a quick connection guide: you need to take your iPhone, plug in the USB adapter. On one port for the USB adapter, you plug in your audio interface. On the other port, you need to plug in a wall charger so that it provides enough power for the iPhone and whatever audio interface you choose. The foot switch we'll look at later is powered by its own battery, so it does not need to be connected. You just need to make sure that it is charged if you're using it wirelessly. So that's it, just a few simple accessories you need to unlock the power of your iPhone. So one way to get guitar tones onto your iPhone is to use an all-in-one app. Now there's lots out there. You can use the likes of ToneStack Pro, some from Amplitude, Bias Effects. There's loads out there on the App Store. You should take a look. I'm going to show you a program called ToneStack Pro, which gives me loads of presets, amps, effects, cabs, the usual stuff you're used to if you've ever seen any kind of Kemper or Line 6 product. So this is ToneStack Pro, an app that I've installed on my phone, and you can see we've got a bunch of different presets that we can cycle through. If you find a preset that you like, you can go through this stomp box view, see all of the different items you've got in your chain. If you've ever used anything from Line 6, you're used to this kind of look. Same on Quad Cortex. You've got reverbs, delays, all the usual stuff. Let's have a listen to a few tones. So that's just one option out there, ToneStack Pro. There are so many on the App Store. You can make presets, share them, save them, all the usual stuff that you're used to with amp modelers. And one thing I've been particularly surprised with is how good these amp sims actually sound. I've always been a bit biased, always favoring the high-end amp modelers. I've had a bunch of them. I've had a Kemper, I've had the big Helix, I've had a HX Stomp, and whilst they all sound great and they are incredible units, I'm not really missing anything since I've made the move over to using my iPhone and iPad for actual gigs. Now the second way we're going to take a look at is the more modular approach. Better for people out there if you're used to having a pedal board and you like the idea of adding a single stomp for a different purpose, changing amps, that kind of thing. We're going to use like a channel strip setup where we can bring in different effects as we need them. Now the way this works is to take advantage of something called AUV3 plugins. It's a fancy way of basically saying you can run plugins inside a host program. Now, the host program that I tend to use is Loopy Pro. And in Loopy Pro, you can load up loads of different effects from different manufacturers. This could be amp sims, cabs, stomp boxes, you name it. So if we take a quick look at this channel named Rig here in the center of the screen, you can see I've got 4 little squares. Now that's representing 4 individual plugins. Let's take a look at what we've got. First up is this amp sim from Membrini. This is actually completely free and you can download it in the App Store. I believe it's called Crunk 2. And I've just got this nice simple clean. Next in the chain is this shimmer from Eventide. Which just makes things sound amazing. Because I didn't want to stop there, let's add a little delay. This is the Ultra Tap, also from Eventide. You can hear this really cool stereo delay. And then if we want to push it, we've got this clone also from Membrini. Just a really cool, unique sound I've built using different plugins that are available on my iPhone. Now, I know you may be thinking there is no way that my iPhone can replace my pedal board because where on earth is the foot control? Well, that's where MIDI foot switches come in. This is a super cheap M-Vave Chocolate Plus. I got it for £20 on AliExpress. I think you can buy it for a little bit more money on Amazon. And this connects wirelessly and gives me 4 foot switches, which I can program to do different things. You can, of course, get a much more elaborate, larger foot switch or foot controller if you wish. So inside Loopy Pro right now, I've rigged up just a very simple demonstration, but I've got 3 foot switches here mapped to the boost, the shimmer, and the delay that I just showed you a moment ago, meaning if I simply want to add some reverb with my foot, I press the foot switch. So easy to map inside Loopy Pro. It's an amazing program. You should definitely check it out. And then when you combine all of this inside of Loopy Pro, it becomes an amazing playground to practice, perform, and do some amazing things. Let's build up some loops. I'm going to play a little bass line, then I'm going to switch to my guitar and just have some fun looping on top. I'm going to bring in a drum loop from Miguel Andrews. You should go check out his loop packs. They are incredible. Let's record a bass line. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we've recorded in our bass line. Let's add some funky chords and then maybe kick in that clone boost and have a little solo on top. 3, 4. Bring in some effects. Just have fun, right? that just gives you a little taster of what's possible with the amazing Loopy Pro. It can do so much more. If you want to know more, check my channel. It's pretty much dedicated to Loopy Pro at this point, and it's got some amazing tutorials on helping you break down this incredible program. But in summary, if you're a touring guitarist and you've got a big pedal board, then absolutely it's right for you. You know what you're doing. But for a lot of us out there, we're just hobbyists and we're getting into guitar and we want to experiment with different tones and have fun, maybe experiment with looping. Definitely give your iPhone a try if you already have one, or an iPad, of course, and explore this world. I was actually blown away by some of the sounds that you can get by some of these apps on the App Store, not to mention the fact that you can mix and match all kinds of stuff that's not even possible on a pedal board. So in some ways, it's way better. Yes, once you've got an audio interface, you know, you can't stick that in your pocket anymore. So calling it a pocket rig, you know, take it with a pinch of salt. But you can get some smaller audio interfaces if that's what you want. I've chosen this Behringer one because it's got 2 inputs, and that way I can talk to you while showing you what I'm doing. But if you only need guitar and you need some headphones, you can get an even smaller unit. But having said that, I've been quite impressed with the quality of this for the money. And then with the really cheap little foot switch here, just to get me going, you know, you can't knock it. It's good value, and you can get into this world for cheap. If you then want to get a big, expansive pedal board, then by all means do so. But if this has opened your eyes at all to what's possible on your iPhone, then please hit the like button and consider subscribing. I have got a course on Loopy Pro on the way, so definitely subscribe to keep up to date. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's jam, bro!